Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to make you my daily salad. I do it first by putting 5 or 6 lettuce leaves in a pile. Depending on the size they are, it might only be 4. But if they're smaller, 4 or 5. These are larger, so there's probably, I didn't really count them, I'm sorry. But there's probably about 3 and a half, something like that. You know how lettuce is. It's kind of unwieldy. Okay, then we just kind of slice it long ways, cut it up into little ribbons, or since they're sliced, probably not that. There's our lettuce, our main component of the salad. We'll put that in a bowl, probably I guess you'd call it a cereal bowl. Tidy up our cutting board. Let's transfer the bowl to our cutting board. Pick up all the little goody tidbits. Next, we'll add some cheese. This cheese, I'm not sure whether it's cheddar. Oh, nope, it looks like it's pepper jack. We're going to be a little spicy on this Saturday. So I put, I like to put about probably a half a cup of shredded cheese in it. And we shred it by hand here, because when you shred it by hand, you don't have those preservatives and anti-caking agents. That's why those bag shredded cheeses, they don't stick together, because they're made with an anti-caking agent. Our next ingredient is red onion, and we'll just kind of sprinkle some red onion over it. Red onions have carbs, and so I try to stick to a lower carb diet. 2 tablespoons of red onions on it. This is a turkey, a smoked turkey lunch meat, as you can see. We take a few slices and then dice them into cubes, and they eventually break up, and let's call that a third of a cup. Oh, we're going to need a little bit more. There we go. There we go. And that's about a third of a cup. Next, we have tomatoes, diced tomatoes. These are really good. These are the Roma tomatoes. Kind of a money-saving tip. They're a lot cheaper than the other tomatoes. You know, the tomatoes on the vine, or a real good flavor, some sweetness. And I just like the flavor of these little tomatoes. Pepper on top of the tomatoes. If I'm feeling really wild, I might even put a little bit of salt. I think today is a wild day. The salt is a Redmond's sea salt. It's an ancient sea salt. I think it comes from like the Great Salt Lake area. And anyway, it's very good, rich in minerals and that type of thing. Now next, let's do an avocado. These are just the small size avocados. And you always want to take this little nib out so you don't get it in your food. Then I take it and I slice it. I probably should have sharpened my knife. And then just, once you get it in there, you just roll it over. You just roll it over and cut it right through. Then that just leaves you to twist it, and it pops right open. Then I take the knife and I make little slits, kind of in a few different directions. What I'm actually doing is cubing it up inside of the peel. Then I spoon it out, and see how it comes out so nice? Just like that. Oops. That's the cook's portion that falls on the table. Okay. We'll get that last bit out. Avocado is so good you don't want to leave any behind. Now, to get the pit out, you take it, be careful with your fingers, and you whack it. and then a little twist, and it comes right out. Once again, we want to, whoops, we got kind of a little hard spot right there. We definitely want to get rid of that. So once again, we dice it inside of the peel. These are pretty good little avocados too, and they're pretty cheap. I buy a bag of them. Usually I get, I think 6. I buy a bag of them at Walmart. I think I get 6 for like 4 something. You know, when I say 4 something, that's probably $5. So, but anyway, they're a good value. So altogether, this salad really doesn't matter to, I mean, it doesn't cost very much. And it's such a nutritious salad. It is so good. Okay, now that I've cleaned up my mess, we put a little bit more pepper on there because avocado just screams to have pepper on it. Now, the last thing we put on it before we put it away is a hard-boiled egg. Now, the hard-boiled egg, I've got this handy-dandy little egg slicer, which just opens up like that. You put the egg in, and you lower it down. Just like that. You go through the egg totally, you pinch the egg together and lift it up, open it back up, put the egg in the opposite, you know, cattywampus corner. So I would say that's probably just turning it a quarter turn. And then press down again. And look at that. Look how well that does. That just smashes that egg very nicely. And then it comes out like this. Now, if I wasn't filming this, I wouldn't be spilling stuff all over. I'm usually pretty good at this. I got it down. But today, I wanted to perform for you so that you could see that I'm human too. That I do make mistakes. I know it's hard to believe. My counter is impeccably clean. It was just wiped off. Okay, so then we take the spoon and we clean the spoon off from all that goodness. We just eat that part. And we put those into the sink because they're dirty dishes now. Now we won't put any more pepper on the egg. Oh, they're the bowl covers, you know. You just stretch them out and then open them up. And they go, gotta be kind of careful with them. They're pretty delicate around the edges. And that goes right over the bowl. And that covers that salad up. Kind of pull it down. You can even kind of push it down a little bit like this. There. Now, there's our salad. We can't wait for you to come back and see us